As entrepreneurs, it's common practice to obsess ourselves with growing our business. And very rarely do we take the time to apply focus and clarity to the implications of growth. That growth does have implications. In this episode of the vlog, I talked to a dental lab owner who has done just that. And one who has actually taken the time to master the art of resisting business. He's made it part of his essential growth strategy, and as a result, has experienced explosive double-digit growth. Today on the HD vlog, we talked to Joshua Polansky, Niche Dental Studio. Enjoy. To conform is to go unnoticed. In order to be different, we cannot be the same. When we intentionally create value for someone, we're giving them a gift. So obviously you're a growing laboratory and you turn doctors away. Why?
Twofold answer, because I don't want it to come off that like we're like some harsh lab that we kick doctors out, because at the end your reputation is everything. But that's kind of part of the reason. Two reasons we ask doctors not to send with us. Three, I'll even say three that I can think of. The third one might sound a little kooky, but it's how I built my business and I just have to believe in it. But I'll go for the two in the beginning. So first of all, what we've realized is, and part of my philosophy as being a dental lab is we are only as good as the partners that we work with. Period. We cannot we're not magicians. You know, there's no coincidence that we look at our backlog of work. And if I look at all the doctors that cases are in lectures, there's no coincidence that it's always the same group. It's because they're all phenomenal dentists who provide the right information. I mean, if I just look at a case from a Dr. Ben Ross, they're always everything I need in here, very detailed prescriptions. If I need him any questions, I can call him at any time to figure it out. That's when I can get work back. That's good. So if a doctor doesn't fall into that category or I will preface this too, or is not willing to work towards getting to that category, because that's another thing. We'll work with you if you're willing to do it. But if you just want to send whatever here and expect what you see on Instagram or what you see in my lectures back, then I have made the decision firmly a couple of years ago to say that we are not meant to work together. And it's not that we are firing you or anything like that. It's just we are not meant to work together. We're in separate lanes and we are working in a separate field completely.
Well, I think what you've done is you've created principles that guide the behavior of your business.
100%.
And any successful business needs principles, or else everything that the world throws at you is as if it's the first time it's ever come at you, and you deal with something that isn't within your ethos.
It's a very good point that you just made, because I face this where I've been doing this for close to 20 years. And when you work with about 75 clients, you repeatedly start finding yourself, when you work with bad clients, saying, this is the first time I've ever seen this in 20 years. And then when you're saying that every day, you're thinking, what's going on here? You know, because with my core group of doctors, I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
So that's why we had to make that decision, because you're right. I don't have the wherewithal to be that stressed every day when the bar is set here.
Right.
So we have a bar here. And if you come in below it, again, I'm not judging you. It's fine. Like, you'll find another place, and actually you won't be happy working with me. So I'm actually doing you a favor. The thing is that this is where I think our employees thrive, is that because I'm a dental technician, before I'm a business owner, I do have more empathy towards the people that have to work on it. So if something can be done, I remember growing up in more production style labs, it was always ship it. Just send it. Just let's see what they say. I cannot work this way. I don't have the personality to just be the department and be yelled at. So again, like if someone's not at this bar, I have to say it won't work.
Yeah.
So that's the first reason that we would decline working, which we have a lot, because believe it or not, to be a good dentist, and it's not easy. I mean, if there's any dentists watching this, I mean, you're going to have to work. I mean, this isn't just like, oh, I'm going to send to niche and get beautiful veneers back. No, you have to put a lot of work in before you can send to me. And I'm not just saying my lab, but there's tons of labs like mine across the country. And I'm hoping that they stay the same. And I'm sure they are, because the reason they have the reputation they do, and the reason we have the reputation that we do, is it's because we have to siphon that away. We have to get rid of that. We cannot do it, because it's it'll just bring us down. And we have to stay here. So we are holding the line on that respect. Number two, and this is what happened, is the first time, and this is post-COVID that this happened, is we started declining doctors, but not declining them, but just explaining to them that, can we get back to you at a later date? Because I think as a responsible business owner, in order to hold this line, we have to hold that line for ourselves as well. And I think the big mistake that a lot of labs do, especially in the growth period, is they just say, bring it. And then they figure it out afterwards. If we have a line that we have to uphold, and as the owner, as the one steering the ship, I'm watching everyone here doing great, I have to make the decision that, if I start dumping more on, we'll start dropping our bar. And if we start dropping our bar, then we'll start taking these down. Like, it's a never-ending cycle, down and down. So we faced this problem after COVID, where I don't know what's going on, but we're just getting, we just have, call after call after call after call. New doctor. And we want to work with them. But I think as a responsible business owner, we should only work with people when we know that we can confidently deliver. Yeah. Listen, I always throw it out there. Listen, if you have no problem waiting 12 weeks, you don't mind getting the case in September, send it. And then I'll still put my all into it. But if you want to be thrown into the cycle right now, it's just, it's
gosh. It's again, just another, it's another reason why core principles, right? The core principle with regards to quality that you have set in place allows you to say no to potential business. And I think too, for the most part, I wouldn't be surprised if most dentists are willing to wait, just because of the fact that you have defined yourself to them as a quality-centric laboratory, right? Who's not doing it just for the money. Like, your purpose, your why, allows you to say no to everything else, which I find fascinating, because I think not a lot of business owners are as principled.
Yeah, I have to agree. It crosses my mind all the time. You start doing things in your head. You're like, wow, you can do that. But then you just hit the reality. Like, you just can't do it. You have, number one, I've been burned out before in this field, and it's not fun. And all of us, including everyone here, we work a normal, we have a normal lifestyle as lab technicians. I also break away from work until 12 o'clock at night, Saturday and Sunday and all that. So I know that if I'm going to get greedy and try to bring on more, not only will my quality of work go down, but the quality of life for the team will go down. They're going to be stressed. They're going to be coming in upset to go to work. And I've been burned out, and I don't want to put that on anybody. So it's part of your job as the owner of a balance. You know what I mean? Listen, we also have goals as a company too, like providing health insurance for everyone and just growing that way. So in order to do that, we have to take on more work. But we want to take on more work more strategically, by buying a bigger footprint, by hiring the right help, but we do it methodically. We do it slowly. We don't shoot the gun first and then ask questions later. Third reason I decline work, and this is one that I think maybe is like anti-business, but again, it's the way I think I've developed a good community, is that if a doctor calls me or a potential client calls me, and I just don't, and I don't even, let's just say I don't like I just that initial phone call is just like, you hang up the phone, you're like, what the hell? Because it happens, believe me. You just get some, we just can't work together. I know that I can't be friends with every client I have, but I sure would like to be. That's one of my goals is I really would like to be able to call any one of my clients on the phone and be friendly with my clients, because that's when business is more fun for me. Where it's not just transactional and like, I said 2 weeks and you did this. I like there to be some kind of dialogue. And in order for there to be a dialogue, I think that we should get along. I do. I think we work in a very intimate culture of work. Dentistry is a very intimate culture. And I think if we get along, it'll just be more positive for everyone.